album's great.
Thank you.
I just checked it out. It's awesome.
Thanks.
I know the tour's only been going on for like a day.
A day.
Or two.
Yeah.
How's that been going so far?
So far, it's great. I mean, all the bands are spectacular. We're a mess. We have a good time. We played an acoustic in-store show, Generation Records today, and it took us like 2 hours. We were 2 hours late to get there in the rain, and the police turning us away from the Holland Tunnel. And just the usual fiascos of the first days of tour, but it's been really fun, and a lot of people have come out. I don't know, it just feels good. It feels like it's a part of our lives that we're not going to forget already.
Awesome. How do you guys feel about the new album?
Yeah, I think we all like it. We played some of the songs acoustic today, like even songs that we haven't really worked into the live set yet, and it was really interesting, you know, because we recorded and then hung out in the summer. We just went back to our cities and worked jobs, you know, like became civilians again, and then you know got the mixes and then the mastering, and it was almost we're just watching the album grow and like become something before our eyes. So it, you know, it's kind of like we're discovering it too in a certain way, like how the songs flow with each other and all the different little moments. I don't know, like added bits of heaviness in the second verses of songs, and just all those little things. You know, it's not brain surgery, and we're not too cerebral about it. But there are these things that kind of grow inside of a song, even after it's recorded. Once you start playing it live, and I think that's the part we're excited most about.
Awesome. Cool. So when you guys are writing music, what are your biggest influences?
You know, it's weird. We've been there for 10 years, and I would say that probably people will be bringing songs to the table earlier on that were a little more directly influenced by what everyone loves. You know, but our influences are so diverse at the same time. Even if we all love like Gorilla Biscuits, Chain of Strength, Minor Threat, and then you know those bands, bringing something to the table where it's like an influence from a UK punk band, or Billy Bragg, or Pete Seeger, or Northern Soul, you know, from the 60s, like melodic ideas and rhythmic ideas, and like there's, I mean, it's weird, you know, it's like there's a lot that goes into it. At some point we just start to feel like we're just kind of, it's just us, you know, it's like we just sound like Strike Anywhere, and we're a punk band, and it's cool. You know, we're not too like, we don't focus on it too much, and I hope we're not too pretentious about it, but we're just kind of like, we can't really tell how the influences bleed into each other anymore. It's kind of like, sometimes we'll just joke and we'll be like, oh, that's cool, that's the Youth of Today part. But then by the time we really sit down and write it and record it, it no longer, like we have this like shorthand for how it feels to us, but how it really sounds isn't really like that. So.
Right.
Yeah, man, it's, you know, it's weird that you wouldn't think it would be that you can have all these different moments within a hardcore song. And that's what we've been doing for 10 years. Like, there is this kind of unfolding process that happens, and yeah, it's cool. Like, I think we have a new guitar player.
Oh, okay.
Our only membership change, and he's been in the band since 2007, and he brought a song to the table and some ideas for the new record too. So maybe a little bit more of the like aggression on the records. Like he's kind of helped us tap back into that.
Okay. When you guys are on tour, what's in your CD player? What's in your CD player right at this moment?
Our friends at Dead to Me, a band on Fat Records from San Francisco, they have a new record that hasn't come out yet on African Elephants, and we've been listening to it non-stop all day and all night, and it's amazing.
Dead to Me?
Dead to Me.
I'll check them out.
We toured with them last year.
Okay.
We try to tour them as much as we can, but they're from San Francisco and they're on Fat Records. They're real good. You know, sometimes we get into a groove and we listen to like some T-Pain or like some like radio R&B just to relax and be in a different world than, you know, like bone crunching hardcore, because in the live shows, like especially like this tour is amazing, and like watching all the bands play before we do, like it's really inspiring. But at the end of the night, your ears are ringing and you're like, man, maybe we should put in that Rachmaninoff CD, or you know, the Sam and Dave or Curtis Mayfield record. Right. You know, it's like you kind of want to diversify and feel different feelings with music. You can't have 24/7 punk, especially on tour when it's just like in your face.
That's all you're doing.
Beautiful, you know, but like and you don't want to get burned out. You still want to have that charge, that adrenaline, and be like, you know, discovering new parts in your tour mate songs and get excited about that. So we've been lucky enough to tour with exceptional bands in our 10-year existence and remain inspired and not jaded about this process and not treat it like a career or something. You know, we look at every night like a memory and just like a fun, like a family reunion with friends that we haven't met yet almost. So that's how we roll with it. It's tapping into things that are less pragmatic and more like whatever this collective spirituality of hardcore is that exists all over the planet. Like we've been to Moscow and Taiwan and New Zealand and everywhere in Europe and Bogota, Colombia, South America, and like there's just this, even if you can't really communicate with the people, there's this other communication happening in the songs, in the stage dives, in the moment when everyone's vulnerable, screaming along, and like it's just righteous. Awesome.